Hello, I haven't planned this video at all, but it's my catch-up video because I haven't done one for a long time. So, what are you seeing here? Let's start off with that, shall we? Here's some of my unfinished paintings. 1, 2, 3, at least this one here is in the process of being finished, but these two, it's unlikely that they will be, especially that one, which I will explain in a minute. So I thought I'd just start off by talking about these, and I hope I can, because my voice seems to be disappearing into a croaky... If I cough, please excuse me. Yes, so this one is absolutely enormous. I'm not going to go back any further, but that one there with the fox, I wish she was finished. It's pretty damn big. Yeah, I like a big canvas. Yes, so I can't really... Let me go a bit closer so you can see some of how I'd started to build up the brushwork on him. I think if he was finished he would be rather a fine fellow, but he is very far from being finished. Ditto the deer running across the field. But you get a sense of where this was going. It was actually based, those trees up on the hill there's actually based on a field that I particularly loved near somewhere called Oliver's Castle, which is on the outskirts of Devizes in Wiltshire. And there was a beautiful series of trees, which is what they were going to be along the ridge there. I will explain a bit why, when you've looked at this one, then you will probably understand why this one is not finished, although I haven't had the ability to work on this for quite a while. It was in storage for 2 years, perhaps longer. I'm sorry if you can hear next door's TV through the wall there. There's not much I can do about that. If you hear a kind of mumbling, you'll know it's not... yes, well, it's that anyway. So yes, this was another one that I was working on. Totally different. It was like a departure one. This, I had an idea, and I still have an idea, to do a kind of series of... smooth that one slightly. A series of doorways. So it's kind of a long, tall one. A sort of doorway into another world. And I still like that as an idea, but unfortunately, as I will show you in a minute, this one is not going to ever be worked on again. Lovely, had lovely foxgloves, and this is all very rough. It was just the basis. Not sure what that's called. Fire something? That would be a bit obvious, wouldn't it? This is based in Cornwall, Kernell. Kernell. I'm not ever sure how to say that. I'm sure I'll get derision for people who actually live there. Being not a native Cornish person, although I am in love with the land there. But this was based on the outside bits. It's granite, which is the stone of that land. And these are native plants, I do believe. And the stones there were found on a beach somewhere called Cott in Penwith. And there's a fern here. But as you can see, none of it was finished. Oh yes, and there's the ubiquitous white hare, of which there is one just up there at the top. Hello. So yes, the white hare was leaping into the scene, and then I did something. The colours here are totally not like me, but I just really had this urge to do a kind of doorway into that beautiful West Penwith landscape. So I just started to sort of sketch in the mermaid of Zena, and some seahorses, and it was all, and that was a little charm that I'd left in a tree down there, because I was hoping to become, well, it is a love charm to the land itself actually, but I was hoping that I would be living there at some point. Anyway, before I go into a great saga about that, I want to show you why this didn't get continued. This is the back. It's absolutely covered in mould. I've probably done a lot of videos where I've said, and the damp from where I was living destroyed this, or the damp got into it, or that's why this didn't happen, or whatever. I think I've mentioned the damp house that I ended up in quite a lot, but it destroyed my artwork, it destroyed this totally. You might think, well, why have you kept it? It's wrecked. It's just I can't bring myself to get rid of it quite yet, but I'll have to, won't I? Because it's just getting worse and worse. It's not like mould stops growing. At least it's in a dry environment in here. It was in storage like this one. Let's have a look. Hello. It was in storage for a long time in a dry storage unit, but you know, it's not going to stop the spread of this, and I can't really clean it because it's on an organic thing. It's on a piece of canvas, so what can you do? Yeah, I could talk to you about that house, but I don't really want to go into too much personal detail. But yeah, it was horrific for me, for my things, for my work. If you've been watching the Everyday Enchantment artwork videos, a lot of that paper there has been destroyed by damp, so that it was hard to work on, and it ruined an illustration. Not that I used that as the final illustration, but ones that I was working on, the paper just got turned to mush. Yes, it's ruined so many things. Anyway, so that's why this one hasn't got finished, and I can't turn that one round because it's too blimmin' big, isn't it? I can't go wielding that one round, but take it from me that that one didn't have much of a better deal. It was too. I managed to get them away from. I mean, pretty much every wall in the house was damp, and a lot of them were running water. So it took me, and the carpet was wet as well. So yeah, by the time I'd realised how bad the problem was, things had already got ruined. So it was pretty difficult to try and store things that were this big away from all of that. Anyway. So yes, this is one I'm working on now, which you will probably think, oh, it's more darkness, but it's actually not. It's really, I'm not going to show you too much of it now. It's called Becoming Winter because I like winter. I'll show you that. I'm going to do a whole video. That'll be my next video probably, because that'll be finished soon, I hope, unless something drastic happens to it. I just wanted to show you that I am working on something very slowly, which brings me to the fact that there has been no videos for ages and ages, and then 50 odd videos turn up at once. That's because it's taken me months and months and months to do them because of, yeah, I wear gloves here, but because of my hands, because of my back, because of my neck, because of my migraines, because of the pain just sitting at a computer for even 5 minutes causes me. And yes, I have tried everything to get around that. And for a writer, that is pretty harsh because I can't write by hand anymore, can't write letters. And so doing that, all those videos, has been literally months and months and months of work. I just backed right off and did tiny bits at a time until now there are 50 of them. And why didn't I just release them gradually? I just thought, we'll wait. We'll wait till we've got a nice body of them. And it grew and it grew and it grew. So that's why there's been a huge gap, because I physically can't do it any other way. Which is why the comments have disappeared underneath all the videos. Not because I don't want them, I do. I want them so much. It's just that I cannot respond to them at all. And I feel incredibly rude if somebody sends me even a small comment and I don't reply to it. So that's why there are no comments, and I deeply apologise for that anyway. So I have been doing things. I have been doing things. I can tell you so much about that picture. So much about it, which I will when I make a video. But for now, I just want to show you that I'm working on something which you might think looks a bit strange and sinister at the moment, but hopefully when I show you it properly, it won't seem that way. Compared to these, it's totally different, but there you go. And again, doing that takes ages now because of all the things that I just mentioned. I hate going on about physical ailments. I don't want to be a feverish clod of ailments. I don't want to go on about physical health, but it is limiting me severely. So that is why things are so slow, and I have seemingly disappeared. And I can't tell you that things have been particularly easy of late. I think they haven't been very easy for anybody of late, but for me it has been and is probably the most trying time of my entire life. So I have tried to focus on good things by doing the videos, even though they hurt, but it doesn't matter because at least I'm doing something and communicating something hopefully worthwhile. I know you won't like all of them, but I wanted to put as many out as I could and cover as much of my work as I could, because also my website is going to go any day. I mean, it shouldn't even be there now, really. It's been defunct for 6 years plus, I think. I haven't been able to upload to it or do anything with it or anything, so it shouldn't really be there anymore, and probably one day it will just vanish. So I have to have somewhere where there's a record of what I've done. Otherwise it's very sad for me that I haven't got any way of sharing it, because I'm not in a situation where I'm able to share it with actual people. So this is my only sort of way of communicating, and I am enjoying doing it very much. I just wish that it wasn't such a laborious and painful process. I wish I could get some feedback from you and have a dialogue with you, but I can't, which is very sad. I wish there was some sort of way we could commune in a different way, but there isn't for me. So anyway, I wanted to show you these because they have just been stood here or in storage gathering spores, which is, again, I hope you don't think I'm some sort of pity party poppy. I'm not at all. I'm just having to tell you, it's my honesty thing. I'm telling you, I'm not sugarcoating it, and I hope I'm not making it sound too grim. I'm dealing with it the best I can, like we all are dealing with whatever the best we can. So that's it. I'm just explaining, because otherwise how will you know? Anyway, this will be the end of a great glut of videos that will all pile up, and maybe you'll watch some of them, maybe, I don't know, who knows? I don't know whether anyone's interested. I have not the faintest clue whether anybody is interested in anything I do. But if there's one person that likes one thing, then good, that was worth it. That's just how, we don't create things for an audience. It's nice to share them, but we don't know whether anyone's going to be interested. We just create because we have to. That's what we do. Anyway, it would be nice to finish him. It would be nice to finish that, but there's no chance of that, and I definitely am going to finish that. So, and we'll show it to you in the next video. So there will be one coming along. I was going to say that there'd been like buses, but if you got 50 buses at once after having none for months, that would really be a bad service. I think you'd have a right to complain about that service, don't you? Anyway, I'm going now. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Love talking to you. Well, I hope I'm talking to somebody. Hello. Okay, take care of yourselves. Lots of love, and for all our relations. Bye.